Most of us should know by now that Yu-Gi-Oh is a series full of name changes. Whenever it gets translated into another language, the names of most characters get changed up. Be it Jonuchi Katsuya, who became Joey Wheeler, Jaden Yuki, who became Jaden Yuki, Aki Izayoi, who became Akisa Izinski, Ryoga Kamishiro, who became Reginald Castle, Reiji Akaba, who became Declan Akaba, Revolver, who became Varys, or Tatsuhisa Kamijo, who became Lucidian Callister, to name one important character of each dubbed series. But did you know that these name changes do not only apply to characters only, but also to cards? I mean, it's obvious that Japanese words would most likely get translated, but even names that are English or in another language do get changed for some reason. For example, the Japanese names for Dark Magician and Black Luster Soldier are Black Magician and Chaos Soldier. To finally get to the main point of this video, Yubel is also hit by these name changes. Not really the original Yubel, but their two evolved forms. Yubel Terror Incarnate and the Ultimate Nightmare aren't the real names. These aren't even translations of the original names. The real names are German, and I just felt like I could make a little explanation video about it as a German myself. So let's start with Yubel Terror Incarnate.
Das Abscheulich Ritter.
The original name is Yubel das abscheuliche Ritter, which means as much as Yubel the hideous knight. An interesting fun fact is that most German names in Yu-Gi-Oh are grammatically kinda wrong, but I guess it is because German is an unnecessarily difficult language. The right way to say das abscheuliche Ritter would be der abscheuliche Ritter, which will still mean the hideous knight in English. This name most likely mirrors Yubel's past life with Judai. Yubel seemed like a normal human being, but they were ordered to protect Judai, or better said the Supreme King, so that gentle darkness can stop the light of destruction in the future. That's where the knight aspect comes from. Yubel shall be the knight for Judai, but to be really able to protect him, they needed to transform their body and sacrifice their beauty for that. Yubel got transformed into a more dragonic being, so they could protect the Supreme King at all costs. That's what turned Yubel into the hideous knight. Now to Yubel, the Ultimate Nightmare. The original name is Yubel das extremer traurig Drachen, which means as much as Yubel the extremely sad dragon. Yet again some grammatically issues in here. The right way to say das extremer traurig Drachen would be der extrem traurige Drache, which will still mean the extremely sad dragon. This mirrors of course Yubel in their dragonic state, who suffered a sad life due to being separated from Judai, just to see that he forgot his love and promised to always be with Yubel. The Supreme King promised Yubel that all his love will belong to them. Seeing that he forgot about it and shared his love with all his friends in his present life, Yubel got hurt so much that they went on a rampage just to get Judai all for themselves. Judai himself realized at the end what an extremely sad existence Yubel is, which made him choose to fuse himself together with Yubel into one being, so they could always be together as he promised it in their past life. With that, we went through the real names of Yubel, which kinda represent their story. From the normal life Yubel had, to the hideous knight they became to protect the Supreme King, just to live as a sad dragonic being because of a broken promise. But I think that we really need a whole new Yubel form that represents their fulfilled life again. I mean, we never got any support for Yubel besides the fusion cards with Neos, which aren't really cards that support Yubel. So I would love to have a card which represents Yubel's salvation if we should ever get a new Yubel monster. Something like Yubel der erfüllte Held, or anything like that, which would mean as much as Yubel the fulfilled hero. That would give a sweet happy ending to the Yubel monsters and connect it together with the heroes, since Yubel became one with Judai. I could also imagine some support spell cards named the Supreme King's Promise and stuff like that, which would also kinda connect it to the evil heroes again, so we can have a link to every important card Judai plays. I really like that idea, and I would love to see some Yubel support in that direction if we should ever get support for them. I should stop talking about that before this video loses its tracks completely, but let me know what you think about it. Tell me in the comments below if you did know about Yubel's real names and what you think of them. I would appreciate you leaving a like to this video if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more deep diving Yu-Gi-Oh content. Thank you all for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye!